Welcome to this edition of Mayor's Report, Livermore. I'm your host, Dr. Marshall Kamina. Joining me today is Mayor John Marchand from the very city of Livermore herself.
Good to be back, Marshall.
Welcome,
how you doing?
welcome.
How's everything going?
It's been a wonderful day, and I'm certainly glad that you introduced me to a young lady whose parents I had married some time ago, and I can't even get over it yet. Sorry.
The fun stuff. That was 19 years ago, but you performed the wedding ceremony for the Saedos.
Yes.
And right at City Hall, at the Sam Richardson sculpture.
Yes.
And now their daughter, one of their daughters, is here on a visit as part of the Yotsukaido program.
Small world.
It is, but the fun stuff.
Well, I thank you for doing that.
Well, certainly, the fun stuff. So, for Mayor's Choice today,
Yes.
I've got something that's a little bit serious.
Oh.
Normally, everything's great in Livermore, but this one, it's a little serious, and we're asking for the public's help because they found a couple, I think they found two mosquitoes. Now, this is a particular species called Aedes aegypti. And this is a strange little beast. They fly during the daytime. They bite during the day, and they particularly go for people's ankles and extremities. So look around their yards. This is part of the Alameda County Mosquito Abatement District is doing some targeted enforcement, but around Jack Williams Park and like Holmes and Alden Lane, and also Jack London Boulevard and Isabel Avenue. They found a couple of these species. So we're asking people to look in their yards. It only takes about a bottle cap of water to be able to sustain the life cycle of a mosquito, because they go through that larval stage and the pupa stage, and then they hatch into biting mosquitoes. They have traps out there that are, mosquitoes are attracted to carbon dioxide. So I think this is just brilliant. They have these traps with dry ice in them. And of course, as dry ice evaporates, it off gases carbon dioxide. So that attracts the mosquitoes, and then they're trapped in these traps.
Well, are they poisonous to the humans?
Well, they can carry diseases. Dengue fever, Zika virus, West Nile virus. So they can carry diseases. So best thing to do is to prevent them from going through their life cycle and hatching. So the Alameda County Mosquito Abatement District has their staff going around inspecting backyards. Now, they will carry identification. They've got trucks, and they're in uniform. So if you see them and they ask to inspect your backyard, do let them in to make sure that we can continue to eradicate these mosquitoes. Some of the places that they can breed, people will often have saucers in their backyard with their plants on top of them. They can breed in there. Something that people don't really think about is old tires. A lot of people have old discarded tires in their backyard.
And there's water accumulation.
There's water that rainwater accumulates in those. Lawn drains, where they've got the drains in the lawn, and then water accumulates down there. They can live there. Also, rain barrels, flower pots. So do a quick reconnaissance of your backyard. Make sure that you don't have any places where mosquitoes can breed. If they are, dump out the water. If you've got a fountain or a pond, you can call the Mosquito Abatement District, and they will give you mosquito fish for free. They're called gambusia, and they're the little fish about that big, and they'll eat mosquito larvae. So they can come by and bring a bucket of those. But the main thing is keep the water moving, don't let it stagnate, and if it's you've got some old tires around, make sure the water has been dumped and you're not breeding them. So,
well, thank you for that. I have a pond that is somewhat stagnant, and I need to clean it out. So I think I'll be calling them.
Okay, well, you can go to the Mosquito Abatement District website. It's www.mosquitoes.org. It's real simple. Mosquitoes.org, or you can call 510-783-7744.
Thank you for that information.
Certainly. Got to protect everybody in the community.
Absolutely.
And mosquitoes just love me, so anything we can do.
I gotcha. National Night Out. Boy, you and several members of the council, the police department, the fire department recently participated in it. And it's a wonderful event throughout the 3 cities here in Tri-Valley. I wonder if you tell us why and what happened.
Well, National Night Out, it's a national program, and it's a public safety-based program where we encourage neighbors to get to know each other. And because we all have to look out for one another. Our police department can't be everywhere at the same time. We've got over 300 miles of roads in Livermore. So we need to be able to stretch the enforcement, so we need the community to be our eyes and ears. So this is an opportunity for the police department, the fire department. We get out there to get to know the community and for the neighbors to get to know each other. We had over 40 different events this National Night Out. And I always try to hit about a half a dozen of them.
They give you the address in advance?
They do. You know, they actually try to get me out there. But we had the police department, the fire department, rolling out the trucks. We had Tater and Murphy, our emotional support dogs, were out there. They're always a big hit. So we, as I said, I tried to get it to about a half a dozen of these. There was one up in Springtown. It was a movie night. They had one of these big inflatable projectors set up, and they had pizza was out there. They had another one. It was an ice cream sundae bar that was set up. I was at another one that had a big barbecue set up. They had ribs and chicken out there, baked beans. There were as I said, all kinds of different events that they had throughout the community. So it's an opportunity for everybody to come together as a community and look after each other. So that's really the key. You can go online to the police department and get more information about crime prevention and about the National Night Out for next year. And you can sign up your neighborhood to be a part of this.
Well, how do you stay so slim and hold these events with all the food?
Because I'm constantly on the run to all these different events.
I see. Okay. Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back on this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore in just a moment. Welcome back to this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. We're here talking with Mayor John Marchand from the city of Livermore. Welcome back to you.
Good to be back.
I'd like to talk, and I hope you would too, about Community Service Day. It's an event where you've demonstrated a great deal of support and you've been involved with it. What is it? How can people become involved?
This is something that's near and dear to my heart because it's about people stepping up and helping their community. You know that Livermore was just recognized as one of the top 5 communities in the state of California for quality of life. And I think part of the reason is because we have so many people that are actively involved with our community. Now, the Community Service Day is an idea that I had, I think back in 2012 is when it was. And I thought about, wouldn't it be great to have people volunteering to help the community? And I set up this community service group. And then I realized that there's already groups that are set up for community service. And the first one that we partnered with was, there was an activity called Helping Hands, and it was through the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Mormons. And they had this program where they had over 400 volunteers signed up for this Community Service Day. So the first one, we partnered with them. And then it just grew from there. Before the pandemic, we had over 1,000 volunteers that helped out. Now last year we brought it back and we had over 600 volunteers that spread out across the community to do volunteer projects like painting down at Hageman Ranch, or planting at Sunflower Hills at their farm, or building benches at some of the schools, or planting shrubs, or something easy as easy as throwing mulch around to different school sites and different garden sites. So a lot of different activities for a variety of ages. We've got kids as young as 3 helping out, and we've got people in their 90s helping out. So it's all levels of service, all age groups, all levels of activity. So it's a wonderful event, and I always enjoy participating every year. You may recall last year we had it set up for May, and the skies just opened up and it poured the entire time. So we ended up, we postponed it last year until September, and we got together in September, and we're going to do that again this year. So it's September 20th. It's going to be from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. And what we've done in the past, we used to have people show up early and then go out into their respective job sites. This year, again, what we're going to do is have people sign up, and rather than try to meet and fight the parking ahead of time, just meet at the job sites, spend several hours out there, and then afterwards, we all meet around noon at Las Positas College for a big lunch.
Oh, nice.
And to feed the volunteers. And so we'll get together for a celebratory lunch at Las Positas College. So it's www.livermoreca.gov/CSD. That's short for Community Service Day. And sign up, register, and they have a whole bunch of different assignments that you can sign up for all levels of ability. As I said, I've seen kids out there as they're 3 years old, and I've seen people
3 years old,
and but all levels of ability. But it's just the real key is to focus on serving the community, keeping the community the great place that it is. What was a lot of fun last year is I was out at Rincon Park, and we were throwing mulch out at Rincon Park, and I ran into a couple of young folks that were out there, and they have made this a family tradition, and I recognized them from 6 years ago when they were out there. And so they're still making this a regular part of their community service. They're making it a regular part of their family tradition to come out and serve the community. And that's what's really heartwarming for me, is that multi-generational service to the community, and the fact that one generation brings in the next generation to serve our community.
That's really swell.
Great. It really is.
Well, Livermore has several advisory body seats open at the moment, and I wonder if you could explain to us what are advisory bodies and who can apply to be on one.
Well, I know that a lot of people think that we have superpowers and that the city can be, we on the council can be everywhere at the same time. And you remember that. The people just figure that you're going to be everywhere all the time,
just waiting
and
for
talking to everybody. Yeah. And that you are a subject matter expert on everything. And we can't be that either. So what we do is we have these advisory bodies, and that's exactly what they do, is they advise the council on any number of issues. So for example, we have an advisory body on the airport to help us operate and manage the airport. And we have people that are pilots that do that. Because I don't fly a plane. I have flown in a lot of planes, but I don't fly one, and I would never try to land one. But we rely on people that have expertise and knowledge around flying planes, around airports. Also, we have a wonderful history, this long-standing generational history in Livermore. So we look for people that are experts on history. And for example, we have our advisory body that is specifically about the historic preservation. It's our Historic Preservation Commission, and we have a vacancy on that.
Well, does the city historian get involved in it also?
They do, because we want people that have an interest in history, that have an interest in architecture, or the things that make Livermore special. So we've got a vacancy on historic preservation. We also have a vacancy on the Human Services Commission, and what they do is they review the applications for a lot of the nonprofits, and they actually give out money for people that provide services to those that are in greatest need in our community. So these are we seek volunteers to serve on these commissions that then give back and serve the community. So these are commissions that advise the council on very specific things, like the award of grants to committees and other organizations that help the city, and also our, as I said, the historic preservation. So we're seeking applications for these. The applications close next month. If someone's interested, they can go online to the city website, click on the tab for advisory bodies, and then submit an application.
You know, I can't help but on this subject to think that everybody wins.
They really do. Now, these are, as this thing says, it's advisory volunteer positions. They are not paid. The only one that's paid is the Planning Commission. They get half the salary of the council, but they do get a very nice thank you dinner as part of the, where we come together usually in the springtime and talk about the great work that everybody's doing. So there's a recognition dinner, but this is an opportunity for people to volunteer to make their community and to keep the community the great place that it is.
Thank you for that. Let's take a moment and discuss beautification awards.
Sure.
If we continue on the theme of being proud and involved and where we live and where we work, the city of Livermore has just announced the opening for nominations for the 2025 Beautification Awards. One of the aspects is that it's so nice, it encompasses both residential and commercial components, so anything that has been enhanced for everyone's enjoyment. Tell us more about this and how people can nominate a person.
Certainly.
Or property.
Yeah, again, we can't be everywhere in the community, so a lot of times people will redo the landscaping in their home. Sometimes they'll do architectural enhancements, or they'll do like some sort of they'll add on to their home, or they'll just redo the landscaping. Well, we don't know that because I don't drive every street every day, but so we're asking people to come together and nominate their neighbors, or they can even nominate their own home if they've gone through and done some landscaping improvements, especially drought-tolerant landscaping improvements. Notify the city. Let us know, and you may be up for a beautification award. People can go to www.livermoreca.gov/nominate-beauty. So livermoreca.gov, nominate beauty, include the address, a brief description of how the project improved the neighborhood aesthetics, and if you can, pictures of the beautification project, and before and after. So all submission details are explained on the website, but keep in mind the submissions are due September 15th. Winners will be announced at the City Council meeting and be recognized on November 24th, and it'll also be shared on city social media channels. But this year, the Beautification Committee is also accepting nominations for a Community Service Award. So nominations are again open until November 15th. Now for the Beautification Awards, it's September 15th, but the nominations are open for the Community Service Award until November 15th. And we're inviting submissions for outstanding individuals or organizations that have contributed to beautifying Livermore's public spaces through community service. So again, they can make nominations through the website, Nominate Beauty, and look forward to recognizing the people that are, again, making a difference in our community.
I'm smiling because I'm thinking as you're speaking about this one case several years ago for a fellow who was an architect who lived somewhere around the college, Avenue area and wanted to modify his home, but the restrictions wouldn't permit it, so he got on the committee and made some very nice contributions. The law was changed, and then he made the changes, and he won one of the awards.
There you go. Well, it's like Trevarno. You know, Trevarno is their own community.
Perfect. Are there any other events or items you'd like us to be updated on?
Well, sure. We've got a couple things coming up. You've heard of the Manhattan Project, no doubt.
Yes.
Well, there's a new book called The Manhattan Project, and it's by local author and scientist Jeff Colvin, and he'll be doing a presentation on the book Sunday, September 7th at 2 o'clock at the Civic Center Library Storytime Room. Registration is not required, and it's a free program. And he'll talk about the history of the Manhattan Project, why they selected the particular lab and area that they did. That was, of course, the development of the atomic bomb during World War II. If you saw Oppenheimer, that's all about the Manhattan Project. And he's spent his career working with many of the scientists that were part of the Manhattan Project. So he discussed the developments that led up to the discovery and the creation of nuclear fission. Now, fission is that chain reaction that takes place in an atomic bomb.
Very different from fusion.
From fusion. Yeah. Fusion is the National Ignition Facility that was the first laboratory in the world to achieve fusion ignition here in Livermore. But yeah, you're right, that's very different from the uncontrolled fission reaction, which is triggered by the fusion reaction. So should be a very interesting program. Again, that's Sunday, September 7th at the Civic Center Library Storytime Room, and also homework help at Rincon Library. So the Rincon branch library, now the school has started, they have the Homework Help Center to help students from preschool through the 12th grade. It's free support from adult volunteer coaches, along with space for independent study in reading, math, and other subjects. They'll have access to a computer, printer, and a wide range of school supplies to help them complete their assignments.
Thank you, Mayor Marchant, for being here today. Time goes by so quickly when you're here. And thank you for watching this edition of Mayor's Report Livermore. Join us for the next episode of Mayor's Report right here on Tri-Valley TV. I'm Dr. Marshall Kamina, and thank you for joining us.